Hello everyone and welcome. Let's begin our exploration of the AI Fluency Framework, which will serve as the foundation for everything we learn throughout this course. Today, AI is transforming the way we communicate, create, learn, and solve problems. Whether at work, in education, or in our personal lives, many of us now have access to AI tools that can help with writing content, researching information, brainstorming ideas, making decisions, solving complex problems. However, simply having access to AI does not automatically mean we know how to use it effectively or responsibly. Many people have experienced situations where AI provides an unexpected answer. The results are not what they expected. They struggle to explain what they need. They become unsure whether the information can be trusted. They worry about privacy, security, or responsible use. These situations highlight an important distinction. There is a difference between using AI and being fluent with AI. This course is designed to help bridge that gap. What is AI fluency? When people hear the term AI fluency, they often think it means becoming highly technical or learning complex AI concepts. But AI fluency is not about being an AI engineer. It's also not about memorizing the latest prompt engineering tricks or collecting lists of best prompts. Instead, AI fluency is about developing a collection of skills, knowledge, judgment, and values that help you work effectively with AI, regardless of how the technology changes in the future. At its core, AI fluency means interacting with AI in ways that are effective, efficient, ethical, safe. In simple terms, it means getting the best value from AI, while acting responsibly and protecting the privacy and security of yourself and others. The 3 ways people interact with AI. Through research and real-world experience, we can see that people generally engage with AI in 3 different ways. Understanding these interaction modes helps us move beyond basic prompting and toward true AI fluency. 1. Automation. The first interaction mode is automation. In automation, the AI performs a specific task based on your instructions. Examples include summarizing a document, drafting an email, creating an image, generating a report, planning a travel itinerary. In this model, you define the task and the AI completes it. Automation works extremely well when you already know the outcome you want. For example, if you need a meeting summary or a project update, AI can quickly generate it for you. However, automation becomes less effective when you're still exploring ideas and aren't sure exactly what you're looking for. 2. Augmentation. The second interaction mode is augmentation. This is where AI becomes a collaborator rather than simply a tool. Instead of asking AI to do all the work, you work together with the AI. Imagine you're writing a story, designing a product, solving a technical challenge, developing a business strategy, exploring a research topic. You might have a conversation with AI, exchange ideas, ask questions, and refine your thinking as you go. In this mode, AI enhances your creativity and problem-solving abilities. It doesn't replace your thinking. Instead, it helps you think better. This is often where some of the most innovative and creative outcomes emerge. 3. Agency. The third interaction mode is agency. In agency, AI operates more independently on your behalf. Rather than providing step-by-step instructions, you define goals, objectives, and behaviors. Examples include categorizing incoming emails, drafting responses automatically, managing support requests, operating virtual assistants, creating dynamic user experiences, powering intelligent game characters. In this model, your role changes. Instead of acting like someone writing every instruction, you become more like a director setting the vision and expectations. The AI then carries out actions within those boundaries, choosing the right approach. It's important to understand that none of these interaction modes are better than the others. Each serves a different purpose. In fact, many real-world projects use all 3. For example, automation may be used to summarize research. Augmentation may be used to brainstorm solutions. Agency may be used to automate ongoing tasks. The key is knowing when each approach is appropriate. While automation is often where people start, augmentation and agency frequently unlock the most powerful and creative uses of AI. AI is more than a tool. One of the most important ideas in this framework is that AI is no longer just a tool. Traditional software generally performs specific tasks. AI, however, can act as a tool, a creative partner, a collaborator, a co-creator, and sometimes all of these at the same time. This changes our relationship with technology. As AI becomes more capable, humans also need to develop new skills for working alongside it successfully. The AI Fluency Framework. To work effectively with AI, we need a set of competencies that apply regardless of the tool, platform, or technology being used. These competencies form the foundation of the AI Fluency Framework. Throughout this course, we'll explore 4 key areas of competence that help individuals collaborate effectively with AI, make informed decisions, evaluate AI outputs responsibly, use AI safely and ethically. These competencies provide a practical framework for thriving in a future where human-AI collaboration becomes a normal part of everyday work. Summary. Let's quickly recap. AI fluency is not about becoming an AI expert or memorizing prompts. It is about learning how to work effectively and responsibly with AI systems. We explored 3 primary ways people interact with AI. Automation. AI performs a defined task. Augmentation. Humans and AI collaborate together. Agency. AI operates independently within defined goals and boundaries. As AI evolves from a simple tool into a collaborator and partner, we must develop new skills that help us engage with these systems effectively, efficiently, ethically, and safely. These skills form the foundation of the AI Fluency Framework, which we'll continue exploring throughout the rest of this course. Thank you, and let's move on to the next lesson.